It was the middle of the summer. I was 10 years old and my younger brother was 7. We were outside playing various games with other kids in our neighborhood, but we finally headed home and the sun went down. Now, maybe once a week, our parents would go into a different restaurant around town, leaving my brother and I home alone. Most of the time they tell us before they went out, but if we were outside playing, and sometimes they just leave us to our game. When we got back home and no one was there, so we assumed this was the case. Confirming this was a note left on the kitchen counter. My brother and I both went to the living room to watch TV and something we usually did before bed. After half an hour, it had gotten completely dark outside. Just then, I heard the doorbell ring, followed by knocking. At first, I thought it was her parents getting back, but it definitely wasn't normal for them to use the front door, much less not have a key for it. The chances of the garage door opener they had not working and them forgetting a key were extremely low, although I realized it was still possible. So I left the living room and went up to the front door to see who it was. As I approached the door, I heard a man's voice yelling that he was selling Girl Scout cookies. I was extremely confused considering the time of day. I look through the people and see a grown man completely alone, no cookies in hand, and not with his daughter as I was expecting. The man yelled out once more before moving his hand to the door handle. My heart dropped, realizing that we had forgot to lock the door when coming in for the night. The door handle slowly started turning, to which I quickly engaged the deadlock. A clicking sound echoed out. It was too loud. Clearly, the man had heard it and now knew someone was inside. I waited a minute before once again looking through the people. The man was now looking through our living room window directly on my younger brother, who was completely unaware to what was going on. What's more is from where he now still, and I could make out a gun holstered on the left side of his waist. I ran back to the living room and closed the blinds. I told my brother we should get some ice cream downstairs in the basement. I needed to get him away from any windows, but I knew that if he knew what was going on, he would freak out. He agreed, and we went downstairs. I silently locked the basement door behind us. We ate our ice cream, and eventually I could hear the hum of the garage door opening from upstairs, signifying that my parents were back home. Later, when my brother wasn't around, I told them what happened. They were horrified and understandably called the police. Police inspected the place, and one of the first things they noticed was on the front doors. Lock had clearly been tampered with, basically confirming the man had ill intent and was trying to break in. What do you plan to do when you got inside, though? I can't say for sure, and neither can police. The man was never identified. To this day, my younger brother doesn't even know this whole event took place.